11 Steps to Become a Medical Research Scientist. Becoming a medical research scientist is no easy task. It takes years of training and hard work to get where you need to be. But it's worth the effort because medical research scientists are integral members of any team in the medical field. This video will provide you with 11 steps that will help guide your way to becoming a medical research scientist. Step 1. Take biology classes. If you're not already taking medical research scientist courses, start now. You should plan on taking a lot of biological science-related classes in college or university, as this will give you the foundation that medical research scientists need to excel at their job. Note though, if your field is purely medical and not scientific, like nursing, then these types of classes are less important for your career path. Some universities offer pre-med programs which focus solely on preparing students for medical school by following the same requirements they would have to take anyways, like organic chemistry and pathology. If you want to become an MD instead of working in research fields such as immunology or genetics, then making sure you take those specific medical courses is essential. Step 2. Get a PhD or medical degree in anything medical related. You should also consider getting your PhD, medical degree, MD, or other medical related degrees as well to ensure that you are knowledgeable enough for the job and will be taken seriously when applying for jobs. It's not necessary if you are not interested in research fields such as immunology and genetics, but it can help with starting an independent lab of your own one day. Step 3. Take medical research classes. If you're already going to school, then this is the perfect time to take medical research specific courses like biostatistics and epidemiology. If you have a medical degree or PhD in any subject, even if it's not medical, then these specific medical research scientist courses can help teach you more about your field so that you are better equipped for all aspects of the job. Now, keep in mind that some universities offer only one class on medical sciences, which might be outside of their department. In other words, they don't specialize in teaching them at all. Make sure that when choosing schools to apply to, check what type of curriculum they provide students with before signing up, because medical research scientist courses will be the most beneficial for your career. Step 4. Get medical research internships and experience. You might not have medical research internships in high school or college, but this is important to note because it can make a world of difference when applying for jobs later on down the line. Some medical schools offer these opportunities through programs like Internship in Medicine, where you'll shadow doctors 1 day per week at their hospital as they perform rounds. Other universities may only provide students with an opportunity to do medical research summer camps, which usually consist of course-related activities that teach them various skills like how to use experimental design software and techniques used by investigators such as PCR, polymerase chain reaction, ELISA, enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, and Western blotting. Step 5. Pursue medical research internships outside of school too. If you're not able to find medical research scientist opportunities through schools, then start looking for them on your own. This is a great way to get some valuable work experience while also gaining exposure to different types of medical environments that will prepare you better for the future. Some good places to look are hospitals, clinics, universities with medical departments or programs like pre-med who offer medical science courses in their curriculum, scientific labs that do biomedical research, basically any place where there are medical researchers involved, because they'll need help from time to time and may be willing to hire interns. Step 6. Gain medical research experience by volunteering. Another great way to gain medical research scientist experience without having to pay for it is through volunteer work. Many departments or scientific labs like those mentioned above offer opportunities for medical student volunteers, sometimes grad students too, and will expect you to be knowledgeable in a certain field they are researching as well, so make sure you get some medical classes under your belt before signing up, because you might need them down the line if they're not offered at your institution. Volunteering can give you valuable connections that lead to full-time jobs, which is why this task should absolutely be on any medical science career goals list. Some places where medical researchers may find themselves working include hospitals, clinics, universities with medical departments, medical research labs, and pharmaceutical companies. Step 7. Network with medical researchers in your area. If you're still not sure where to look for medical research scientist positions or opportunities outside of school, then start networking. A great place to start is talking to people who are currently doing the job, so that they can provide some more insight into what it's like as well as how to go about getting those jobs. These medical professionals will also be a wealth of knowledge when it comes time for interviews, because they'll have seen all the questions before, trust me on this one. Plus, if you do find yourself up against stiff competition during an interview process, then they may very well have connections within their company that could help get you the job. Step 8. Apply for medical research scientist jobs. The first step of this task is to apply for medical research scientist positions so that you'll be on the radar. The best way to do this is by sending out your resume and cover letter through a form, emailing them in, or even stopping into their office if possible, so make sure you're armed with all of those materials before starting, because it will help make things easier when applying for these types of opportunities. It's also important to stay up to date on medical research scientists' needs at any given time, which can come from many places: supply and demand, doctors retiring, market changes like new drugs coming onto the market, scientific discoveries such as new medical treatments, etc. Step 9. Get real-life medical research scientist experience before jumping into a full-time job. Now that you've applied for medical research scientist positions and are working on your resume to make it as strong as possible, remembering the keywords, then the next step is to get some more hands-on experience with medical research scientists in order to be prepared when getting those interviews. This can come from volunteering, school projects, internships, anywhere where there are medical researchers, because they may not have time or resources at their company but need help every once in a while, so take advantage of these opportunities and don't forget to network too if necessary. Volunteering should also include any labs work, since this will be a good way to get some medical research scientist experience without having to go through the full medical school cycle. Step 10. Prepare for interviews and know what you want out of your career in medical research science. There are many different types of medical research scientist positions, as we already mentioned, things like hospitals, clinics, pharmaceutical companies, universities with medical departments, etc. So it's important that you find out which one is right for you and then prepare accordingly. Remembering those keywords will help immensely when going into an interview, because most questions asked by recruiters or managers may focus on them, so make sure they're on point before walking into any meeting room, especially if there will be people other than just the interviewer. It also means knowing what you want out of medical research scientist work, because there are many different career paths for this position, and it's important to know the difference and how they're like or unlike your current job. Step 11. Be persistent in applying for medical research scientist positions, networking, interviewing, and following up. If you've done everything so far, then congratulations. Now all that's left is to be as patient as possible while waiting on those medical research scientists' jobs, which can take a long time depending on who hires them. Universities often have longer application periods. Remembering keywords will also help during interviews if things start getting stale, as well as when sending follow-up emails after an interview has taken place, since recruiters and medical research scientists are often busy and may not have a chance to get back to you. Networking, too, is important because it can help provide those connections within their company which could help get you the job, and make sure that you're persistent in these efforts as well, since this will give your resume an edge over others who haven't followed up yet after interviewing. Medical research scientists are medical experts who work in labs, hospitals, and universities. They often have a PhD or medical degree but can also be chemists without the medical education qualification. As such, this is an expert position that requires constant updating on medical knowledge to become more competitive, especially when considering your resume for future positions. We hope you found these tips helpful.